everyone. I'm going to be making a video on the FIFA World Cup 2026 Group H predictions and who will advance to the next round. So the four teams are Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde. Now, with the Spanish side, we've seen how they've been throughout the years. The Euros were a while back, but starting from 2024, we've kind of seen how wingers like Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal, midfield, and Rodri, uh, Unai Simon in the goal, the defense, with Pau Torres, Laporte. I mean, I can give so many Spanish center backs. Those are just some random names, but the domestically where they are with teams like Barca, City, the best players on those teams playing for those clubs domestically. We've seen how they've a lot of the depth that they have. Uh, I think the recent trophy they lost was a Nations League, but they went all the way to the finals. They are a team that are contenders to win it, especially with De La Fuente coaching the team. They haven't been a really bad side. They've been phenomenal. Um, but unfortunately, like when you look back at their previous World Cups since they won it 2010, they were embarrassed with 3 points in 2014. Then in 2018, they were in the group of, I would not say group of death officially, but I think Spain, Portugal, Iran, Morocco was the group of death in 2018. And these guys went out there and basically won the group, but it was very lucky. Like it was a lucky 5 points, and then Russia knocked them out in the round of 16 on penalties. So they did not progress past round of 16. Now looking at 2022, they got 4 points, and they went through, and Morocco knocked them out in the round of 16 instead. So they really haven't gone past round of 16. If I were to sum them up after 2010 and the last 16 years, it's been a round of 16 at best type of side. But they definitely look like they're going to break that curse. There's no way with some of the players we've seen in La Liga and Europe as a whole, the success they've had domestically with their clubs, the depth that they have as a team, they're going to come and repeat the same type of failures and not get past round of 16. I'm going to do the bracket, as I said, full bracket later. Video by video, I'm going to do the groups, and then I'll get to the third places in the bracket. But there is a chance of getting like teams like Croatia, who can kind of surprise them, because they're literally the penalty shootout kings. They've won two PK shootouts in the last two tournaments, and they made it to the finals off of penalties. Getting a team like that, especially when you lost to Russia and Morocco on penalties, I mean, I'm sorry, the pattern is just way too visible. And if and definitely with the group that they have now, if Spain is gonna get stumped, it's gonna be later on. It's gonna be later on. They don't, and even then, I think they're gonna break that curse. And I think even if they get Croatia, Croatia are not invincible. I think they're gonna flop this year. So I think Spain is gonna go further than round of 16. But even if they are gonna get knocked out there, for now we're gonna focus on the group. Very manageable group, and usually not a lot of groups have 9 pointers in them. But I think this one will. There's also another weird pattern because we also have Uruguay, Saudi, and Cape Verde. In 2018, Uruguay, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt. Cape Verde is an African side, just like Egypt. Uruguay, Saudi were exactly in the group, and instead of Spain, it was Russia. Uruguay won the group with 9 points. Russia got 6 points, and there was no best third. But Saudi Arabia got the 3 points, and Egypt got 0 points. I'm not exactly saying because that happened there, this is going to happen here, because instead we got Cape Verde and Spain, which are two different sides, and football has changed a lot, in the last that was 8 years ago, so let's just say a decade. But just going through match day by match day here, you're gonna see how this kind of shapes up, and there's other logics that kind of play into why I went with 9-6-3-0. Starting off with Spain and Cape Verde, I don't think there's much hope for Cape Verde. I mean, you could be nice and say 3-1 instead of 5-1, right? I actually think it's going to be a total domination and Spain's going to win 5-1. And Cape Verde is just going to get a consolation goal through, you know, Giovanni Cabral or some of these, the very few European players they have. It would make sense. I just think it's going to be an absolute routing. Saudi Arabia against Uruguay. The last time they played in 2018, Uruguay defeated them 1-0 through a goalkeeper mistake in the 23rd minute, where Luis Suarez made it 1-0. Uruguay is a bit worse, and I was actually debating whether it's just going to be a 1-1 draw or just narrow Uruguay victory. I would not mind going with actually 1-0 to Saudi as an upset. They beat Argentina uh, back in 2022. But then I'd have to say that they get a draw against Cape Verde. Okay, so this is also another possibility. Spain doesn't get touched because I'm convinced that they're gonna get win all their matches. Saudi against Uruguay, is it possible? I don't know. They have a Greek coach from the Saudi league. Um, I don't know the exact name, but I'm sure it's someone from that area. No Harvey Renard. I'm not gonna say an upset. I can say a draw with maybe a narrow Uruguay victory. Let's just say it's a narrow Uruguay victory. Um, yeah, and the sad thing for Saudi Arabia is you got Spain in match day two. If this was the old format, automatic elimination, right? And I don't think it's that much different. I mean, if they don't get thrashed by Spain, their goal difference is somewhat manageable, right? But 3 points in like a below neutral, it's very iffy. I mean, I think at best you'd sneak in as like an eighth best third place, sixth to eighth. You don't want to be in that position. Um, yeah, and I think Cap Uruguay is going to beat both Saudi and Cape Verde narrowly. I mean, let's just go with our old prediction, just so there's like some variety in the score lines. And Spain's going to beat Saudi Arabia 2-1. And I think they're going to slow down a bit from Cape Verde, but too many good players compared to Saudi. I don't think they can upset Spain or even get a draw. Um, yeah, okay. And then Uruguay, I think, is going to be Cape Verde narrowly here too. Job done for Uruguay. I think they're going to get two victories. So both Uruguay and Spain after match day two are going to be at 6 points. Then Spain is going to do the job and win 2-0 against Uruguay and get 9 points. And Saudi Arabia and Cape Verde are going to go head to head, and it's going to be very tight. They both have their own issues defensively, offensively. They got some good players, but these are things that you can say about both sides. It's going to be very tight, but I just think Saudi's experience is going to help them edge it in the 90th minute. And that's what helps Saudi Arabia get 3 points, but negative one goal difference may go through, may not go through. As the third place shapes up more, we will see. Um, so yeah, these are the scores. Comment below what you think. I definitely think that what I'm saying might not be right. These are predictions at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean this is my best guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.